I was a Frederick, and I had 5 brothers and sisters. My sister Joanne was the oldest, and she was born in 1944. My brother Arnie was born in 1945. I was born in 1949. My sister Vivian came next, and she was born in 1951. And then my brother Narb was born in 1954, and my brother Wayne was born in 1957. Now, my parents, Narb Frederick, and my mom, Dorothy Lickenbach, were married August 20th in 1940. There were actually 2 Frederick brothers who came over to the United States around in the 1840s or 1850s. And they came over because the French Revolution was going on at that time, and they were sending all the young men over to war. And so these 2 brothers decided to send their children, their boys, with one of the brothers to the United States. And instead of coming through New York, like many of the people did back then, they came up through the French way from Louisiana, from New Orleans. And so they ended up going up on a ship up the Mississippi River. And when they got to the St. Louis area, they ended up coming to the Mascoutah area. And the one brother I know settled, that's the one we derived from, he settled in the Mascoutah area. But the other thing I remember, they had a great big old metal tub with soda in it, and I think they got the soda from a place in Pfeiffer that used to make soda in Mascoutah. And they'd get like orange soda and red soda, strawberry soda, and all these different grape soda and stuff. In those days, we didn't have a lot of soda when I was growing up in our house, you know, and so there was, if we had soda, that was kind of a special thing. And we'd always go to Pfeiffer's, kind of like my kids now go to get ski. We would go there and get the soda, you know, and they actually made it there. And so that was, they had it in big tubs, and it had ice in it, and you could have all the soda you wanted all day long. And I think Dad put in like $10 or something for the whole family, or whatever it was, I don't know. The kids would be running wild, and the guys would be sitting there. My dad's older brothers had cigars, and I can remember them all wearing these hats, like dress hats. I'll never forget, this is kind of going off the topic, but when I would go to see my grandma and grandpa Lickenbrock, and I remember being yet in 7th grade, and there were neighbors that lived right across the street that were, he was a nephew to my grandparents, and he still did not have running water in his house. And they would walk down the hill to go to the outhouse, and I'm talking about early 1960s this was, you know, and everybody else that I knew had water, you know, and she would go out to the well and take her water and heat it up on the stove and stuff, and I'd go, my God, people get with the program, you know. But that was the strangest thing, because everybody that I knew then had running water in the house. And
there are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better, and some have gone, and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no in my